I could not see anything on the test paper, so she had to actually read it for me. I could not see a K as big as my palm with my right eye. If you get an eye injection. Yeah, an eye injection. And I was put directly on IV steroids. I had all the tests and the examinations done. I was prescribed prednisone pills with, of course, a no-salt diet. And I had my first relapse. I couldn't feel the right side of my body. It was completely numb for the next 4 to 5 months. I was finally scheduled for an MRI, and that's the moment when they saw that, of course, I had MS. Hi again, I'm Diana. When I was 13, I lost sight on my right eye. In this video, as you could tell, I'm going to actually tell you how my MS debuted. I don't remember everything how it happened, but I will try to give as much detail as I can remember. I remember turning 13, and a few months later I started to see funny with my right eye. I could tell you I was scared or surprised, but I was already wearing glasses and I had kind of a similar situation when I actually had the prescription done. But it started to get worse and worse, like in about a week, and I thought it was because I was staying too much at the computer, even though I was staying only like 3 hours per day. But those were different times and this was a lot. And in about a week I started to progress and move closer and closer to the chalkboard in class, that I had a test and I had to stay next to the teacher, like at the teacher's bench. Not for cheating or anything similar, is because I could not see anything on the test paper, so she had to actually read it for me. That's when I realized I had to go to my doctor. And of course I went to the ophthalmologist and she did all the routine tests which I was used to, but the difference was that when I actually did the visual chart test, I could not see a K as big as my palm with my right eye. That I remember extremely vividly. And that of course raised the question. And the thing is, it still didn't scare me. And in that moment, for a reason, because I was a kid, I did not think that anything had to happen. And my doctor said, surprisingly, that I had to be admitted to the hospital the next day, which screwed my plans because I had to go the next day to my best friend's house for roller skating. And I was kind of annoyed, to be honest. Again, mentality. And I told her my plans and she was like, okay, fair enough. I could give you another option. We could postpone admitting you to the hospital for the next 2 days if you get an eye injection. Yeah, an eye injection. Again, with the mentality in that time, for me it was quite okay. Like, I wasn't even scared of the injection. If I could go to my best friend's house for roller skating, yeah, sure, whatever, puncture me. And I don't remember the moment when I actually got the eye injection as much as I was glad to actually go to my best friend's house. I was glad because the next 2 weeks when I stayed in the hospital, I've accomplished something. Even though I had to get stabbed in the eye, but priorities at that time. My mom was shocked, of course. I thought she was gonna pass out, but she was okay in the end. And then I got admitted to the hospital and I was put directly on IV steroids. I had all the tests and the examinations done just to find out that everything was normal, very healthy, nothing came back. And it was I was in the hospital, but it was quite a nice period, to be honest. I had to stay in a room with a few ladies, very, very nice, especially one of them. She was so nice and I was so sad when she had to leave. Even though like sad and happy because of course she was better, but sad because I didn't see her anymore. But anyway, then after 2 weeks of being in the hospital, I could go home. I mean, in the end I was happy that I could see again after having the steroids. And I was prescribed prednisone pills with, of course, a no-salt diet, which I very much love. But I was happy. I was back to my normal life, my normal self, just enjoying everything, spending time with friends, doing whatever I had to do at that age. And nothing happened for a few months. Then I had my first relapse, when I couldn't feel the right side of my body. It was completely numb for the next 4 to 5 months. That was pretty shocking and I didn't know exactly what to do with it, but then it just went away. And a few months after that relapse, I was finally scheduled for an MRI. And that's the moment when they saw that, of course, I had MS. mean, I can actually tell I was shocked. Who wouldn't be? At that age, to find out you have an incurable disease, it is quite shocking and weird, to be fairly honest. Because you just cannot, in that time, like, you just cannot grasp the idea of it. The only thing I could think in that time was that ironically, a week before, I just finished a Japanese series about a girl that suffered from a degenerative disease. And then I was like, oh my god, now I have something that makes me unique, and I'm like that character from that TV show. That type of mindset, that what does to you. If I actually say to remember and try to tell you honestly how I felt afterwards, I felt quite normal. I would wake up every day doing exactly the same thing, going to school, meeting up with friends, spending time with my family, taking care of my sister, and nothing has changed. To be honest, maybe I was childish to act that way and to think like I was denying and I was saying that no, this cannot happen to me. Or maybe I felt like I always had it. For me, everything seemed normal. Or maybe I just tried to be positive. And even today, I still think I'm normal and I'm trying to be positive, and I just wake up and do the same things every day. Sometimes there are some flare-ups because of MS, and there were some flare-ups because of MS. And I got into these huge relapses, but I knew I would be fine. And even today, I know I will be fine. Even though I was a teenager then, and not anymore, I still think the same, and I don't find it bad because I'm still standing and I can still do everything normally. I try to always find something good in everything that's happening, and this is why I always tell you to try your best and stay positive. Life can actually be good. It really is just up to you. You can change it in a day, week, month. Everything will be fine. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!